All right, so here's the backstory of what happens when you get fired by the boss and how it gets to that point. And just to be kind of clear, I don't want to fire anybody because we're booked 3 weeks out. If I fire you, then that means I have to either A, go do the work myself, or B, like hire somebody else. And training is expensive. So for me to let somebody go is a really big deal because it negatively impacts our business a lot. That being said, I'm the one who hired this guy. And whenever he started out, he was assholes and elbows, balls to the wall, ready to work. Now, he got put with some inspectors, and, everybody can do good on a job for 2 or 3 weeks. And that's exactly how long he was here, was for 3 weeks. So if your performance drops once you feel secure in your job, then we're going to have an issue. Like that's not cool. The next thing is two inspectors have to say that he's got an issue, and the issue has to be ongoing for a week. Okay. And then it doesn't come to me at that point. It goes to the office. And one of the office girls sits down and talks with him and says, "Hey, we've noticed that your performance has decreased. We're getting some complaints about it. Is there anything going on in your life? Is there something that's affecting your work? Is your mind on it? Are you having personal matters? Are there money issues? Is it something medical? Is it anything that we can help you with?" After that, there's really not a lot left to go on. What we do is we back up to training because it's either an effort issue or it's a training issue. So at that point, the employee goes back to remedial training. That's not fun. And if that doesn't correct your behavior, then I don't know what else will. He completed the remedial training, which was how to dig, what's expected, how to do it. You physically do it with somebody and see what's up. So after the remedial training was done, he came back and the inspectors were still like, "No, he's not good. This is laziness. We're not working with him." And here's the thing. Helpers are assigned to inspectors, and like the inspector doesn't make money if the helper isn't helping. So this whole process is designed to be a team, and the helpers need to help the inspectors, and likewise the inspectors have to help the helpers as well. So for them to just kibosh him was no good. Now, he finally made it onto my truck, and here's where, you know, everything else is all he said, she said. Okay, whenever you get onto my truck, it's me directly observing what you do and how you work. And here's the deal: like I'm walking up a hill now, and I'm getting short of breath. So, number one, I weigh 130 something pounds. Me being able to dig is not the easiest thing in the world because I don't have the weight to push the shovel in the ground whenever it's harder soil. Also, breaking roots and stuff like that, and also like just 37% lung capacity. Like that's going to slow me down. I'm not going to be the fastest guy. So literally you have to outwork the guy that's the slowest guy. Like that's not a standard that's difficult to keep up. Now, we showed up to the job and he got off the truck. And he got off the truck without a tool. Then what the fuck are you going to do? Like when you get off the truck, grab a tool so that you can start doing your job. A probe, a shovel, a cap remover, something. Have something in your hand to show that you're going to do work. He didn't. Next thing is I located the tank. Not a problem. I found it, and both of us were like, "Ah, crap, man, this thing's like 3 feet deep." All right, so we go and get the shovels. We start digging. He's taking a break. He's complaining because it's hot. I'm like, "Dude, it's 68 degrees here, so it's not hot." I'm wearing a t-shirt and my collared work shirt, same as him. And he's wanting to take his shirt off, which is unprofessional at a customer's house. And he's just complaining that he's hot. I was like, go to the truck, get some water. You know, there's always water on the truck. Like, what is your issue? Like, we're doing the same job. This is your job. And so I told him he's going to have to pick up the pace. And he kept taking breaks. It's a 3-foot hole. And like 10 breaks. I mean, I wasn't counting, but it was a lot of breaks. And I was just like, this is not working. So I get my hole done, and I look over at him, and he's barely at the 2-foot mark, like barely there. So I go to the truck, I get all the hoses, I set it up, I pump the tank out myself. Dragging hoses is distinctly the helper's job. Running the pump is the inspector's job. So that's a problem there. And I get the tank emptied except for what's on his side of the baffle wall. And he's still digging like he's being just lazy. So I kick him out of the hole and tell him, go do something else, you know? And I dig the rest of the hole, which was not easy at all. And I remove the lid and I pump out that side of the tank. Now, each of our hoses is 20 feet long. This pump was about 140 feet, which means that it's going to be about 7 hoses. I put up 5 of those hoses in the time that he put up 2 of those hoses. So there's like, that's your effort problem. Whenever I pick up hoses, I pick up 2 hoses at a time and I drag them. He is twice my size, more than twice my lung capacity, and is not even showing the general initiative to do more than 1 hose at a time, which is completely unacceptable. So we get back in the truck and I'm like, hey, you know, is anything going on? You got an injury or something? Is there a reason that you were moving so slow? And he said, man, like that was hard, you know, like I was trying. The thing is he barely broke a sweat, okay? And say what you want, I'm covered in sweat. And if the boss is sweating, you better be sweating too, or you better be like making it look easy. And that's the reason you're not sweating. Well, he wasn't making it look easy. So I don't know, like, what do you want me to do at that point? The inspectors at the company have said that you're trash and that they don't want to work with you. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, you know, like that's what's up. The office girls talked to him and they said, hey, you know, there's nothing happening in his life. There's nothing we can help him with. So yeah, he's fired on the spot. And there's a couple of takeaways that I think general people just need to know. Number one, don't let the boss outwork you. I've not always been a boss. I installed cable. I've, you know, worked at Blockbuster. I've worked at 100 jobs, right? And don't let the boss outwork you. Like, that needs to be your goal, is to be working harder than the boss. The other thing is everybody at this company gets told, hey, don't let that guy outwork you. Like, that's ground one. And the other side of this is whenever you get called out for not working, own it and just say you're going to improve, and then try your best to improve. Ask for help. Don't complain about the help that you're given. Don't complain that you're sent back to remedial training. Embrace that as an opportunity to improve yourself, to get better at your job, to learn something that you missed the first time through. Some people are not worth my time or anybody's time. McDonald's fires people every day that can't flip burgers fast enough. There are people in this world that just work slow and cannot do this type of work. This job is not for everybody. And I don't need him if he's going to slow us down. And somebody jumped in my comments and was like, oh, well, you only care about your employees if they, overwork themselves and all that. Well, here is the thing. This is caring about my employees. I need to have productive employees that create profit for the company so that I can pay my inspectors the good amount of money, so that I have the training money to promote helpers up to inspectors. So that, when one guy doesn't pull his weight, it dredges the entire company down, because now the inspector, who's paid on commission, doesn't make the money that he's supposed to make. So this guy is just a waste, and he needs to go away. He needs to find another job. Maybe there's a job out there for him, but it's probably not a manual labor job.